I'm sorry I have to just, I'm sorry. I don't want to scare nobody or anything like that, but I want people to be like severely aware because, like I said, I got Graves' disease. You know what I mean? There's people out there that's got herpes and shit like that, who's got like that's an autoimmune deficiency too. So all them people who've been out fucking without condoms and end up getting shit, those are autoimmune deficiency little sexual diseases too. You know, and you don't think things can affect you like that. You can get all kind of brain swelling along with all that pneumonia and shit like that. Like you don't know. It's not like influenza. Influenza, yeah, will more likely take out an older person, more likely take out a baby or or a child who doesn't have like the right immunity and shit like that. It'll more likely take out them, and maybe a few people like 50 years, 60 years old or something like that. But for the most part, people are okay, and we've had a chance to build up a natural immunity and shit like that. This we have nothing. We, as a species, have nothing to combat this with. So it's literally just they're not saying it, but it's more likely your older loved one will could get sick and potentially pass away. Yeah, grandma, but also your mother, your brother, your little sister, the baby. It has no face, and it's not necessarily underlying conditions. It's just higher in that. Oh, there's a if you want to talk percentages, okay, well, let's say they were saying it's higher in certain places and people start talking about density of the population and more people in California and New York have it because of the density of the population there and it's less in other places. I get that. But you also have to understand the spread of something can have potentially devastating effects. So you're talking about because also, like you said, people say they live on top of each other over there in Japan and China and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I can see like one person gets sick and that shit's spreading really hard, which is fucking terrible over there that that's happening. Um, and people are saying that more people are dying than people that the government's saying and stuff like that. And I know they got estimates like, no, it's not like 3,000 or 7,000 or people that died. It's probably more like it's probably more like 150,000 or 250,000 people that then died there, or 500,000. You don't know. So it's like they're just kind of like preparing for the worst. But then when they see Italy becoming so forthcoming and seeing like how many people have it, how many people done died from it, 17. Okay, so let's say it's 17,000 people and 1,300 people done died. There's 29,000 people and 3 or 4,000 done died. You know what that percentage looks like? But again, also they also have an older population, so you have to take that into consideration. Okay, well let's look at Europe. People are closing their borders. Before, remember Justin Trudeau? Before it was like, oh well, we'll just close. We'll still keep it open. That shit is gonna start slowly shutting down. More and more shit is gonna start slowly shutting down. Because, like you said, first it was essential personnel, and then people wanted to visit their family. Next fucking day, or was it 2 days? Oh no. We're closing it to everyone. Sorry, you can't see your loved ones anymore, but we're closing the border except for trade. Everything's going to be about money in a minute. Everything's going to be closed except for this, except for that. They're closing the manufacturing places, and nobody's buying cars. We're shutting that shit down. Everybody better get the fuck home. Call your kids up and get the fuck home before there's somewhere that they can't get back home. Stop playing these fucking games, people. Your kids gonna be hitchhiking home, coming home with the fucking virus. Like, get your kids back home. Spring break is over, son. Come home. I hope you had fun the last 2 days or 3 days, however long you've been there. But when you come home, your ass is in quarantine. I don't know what you bring home. And I'm not trying to get sick. Y'all gotta stop playing these games with these kids. 36 million kids are in this, 36 million kids are out of school. Okay. Colleges, some colleges are still open. Not all colleges have closed because they haven't seen that kind of density yet of anything. But people are walking around with it and don't even know they have it. And the estimation is a lot more people than people realize have it. And now they're saying that it's possible still to spread it after you got it and didn't die from it. People need to be more careful. You out here still having sex and kissing people. You don't know. Oh, I had a cold last week, but it's gone. You don't know what they got, and this shit is getting real serious. People just they're just they're just kind of like oblivious. They're like, oh, whatever. Like, this is the '70s, motherfucker. Go home and close your doors. 330 million people live in the United States. 330 million people are in the United States. That there was like 327 million people in 2018, according to the census. That's how many people lived in the United States. So it's 2020, so you can roughly say 330 million people, right? If 1%, now remember the density of population over there, it was as high as 3.4% of the people that were getting it. Right? It was 3.4% mortality rate. Because remember, 20,000 people got it, 3,000 people to die, and this about that's like a 3.9% ratio of people who are dying. Right? So if it gets into the millions, it's over. It's over. That's why they're trying to contain that shit. Go home, quarantine. Go home, quarantine. But the truth is, people are going to start going outside again. People are going to start being around each other. What we need to do is try to figure out a way, because you don't want to be kissing somebody, hugging somebody, and you done gave it to them. That's after the fact where this shit, hopefully is over, and people are still walking around contagious to each other. That's a scary thing, where people are going to be talking about this shit for the next 20 years like they did 9/11 and the war and shit like that. People are going to be talking about this for a long time. So don't get mad at Asians who are in America, who are first and second generation, who live here. Don't get mad at them because they got families over there and they went over there to visit their family. Don't get mad at the person who thought that eating bat soup was bad, because they've been eating that kind of shit for forever. Be mad at the government over there for not having stricter policies on the food that they have, on the food that their people are making and giving the people out there. Be mad at that. Don't be mad at the people. Don't be mad at Chinese people. What kind of people are we to be mad at them? What did they didn't do shit? You think they wanted to have their entire country be overrun with sickness and people losing their family members? No. But they eat weird shit over there. You know? We love watching these shows where they go over there and be like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? What are they eating over there now? But nobody says anything because it doesn't affect them. They, oh man, I can't eat no shit like that, and they leave it alone. But I would be upset with the government for not having more strenuous shit on everything and people testing stuff. But do we? You go to restaurants up in here, oh man, their food is terrible, and I think that fucking milk was spoiled, and something didn't smell right and shit like that, yet they're still passing. Now imagine all those people over there, how much they sell and stuff like that, so it should have been more stringent. I blame the government. I don't blame the person who ate the bat soup, because they've probably been making that shit for the last 15 years. So don't get mad at them. They didn't know that the fucking snake had bit the bat and somebody ate the bat and got sick and died. They didn't know that. How are they supposed to know that? So stop getting mad with everybody. Stop getting mad with Chinese people. That shit ain't helping nobody. Use your effing heads. And maybe this is, we're headed to this, like, fucking terrible place as people, weren't we? Like, red state and blue state, and people still trying to, like, people still trying to blame each other. Like, what are you, sir, are you going to take responsibility for Trump? Like, hell no. I think there was no responsibility for it. And we're trying to flatten the curve right now. Sorry, I didn't see it sooner. Sorry, I didn't pay attention because there was only one person who had it or two people that had it. I didn't think it was going to fucking spread like that. Should I have done all this with 2 cases? No. Should I have listened to more people? Yes. But right now, he's doing everything he possibly can. Let's help with the tax cuts. Let's do this. I'm not saying I'm for Trump. I'm not saying I'm against Trump. What I'm saying is people can only do what they can do at this point right now.